Welcome in, welcome to June, and welcome to Around the Circle. I'm Jalea Brooks. It's always a pleasure to share just a small piece of some of the big events, experiences, and celebrations happening all across Indianapolis. And we try to introduce you to something new too. So there's plenty to see, but let's start with the sounds. If you didn't know, June is Black Music Month, and there are plenty of places around Indianapolis where you can experience the influence of Black artists firsthand. One of those places is the Cabaret in downtown Indianapolis. Some might call it a hidden gem, but for music lovers, it's one of the city's most unique and intimate live performance venues. I had the chance to sit down on stage with performer Bashiri Assad to talk about the power of music, the importance of Black Music Month, and what audiences can expect when they take a seat at the Cabaret.
I search to find the love within.
So Bashiri Assad, thank you for letting me join you on stage, a place I know that you were very comfortable with, but this is my first time inside of the Cabaret.
It's a beautiful room, isn't it?
It is a beautiful venue in here. I know this is a spot that you're very comfortable with. Talk to me about your type of performance and the way that you describe yourself as an artist.
With a room like this, being the Indiana Cabaret Theater, it's a singer's room. It's an easy 200-seat room, and it feels intimate. It feels as if you're having a conversation with the room. I can hold court up here if I want to.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So it's I can spread my wings a little bit more than I can at any other venue. Now, I'm at home at other venues, but this place, it holds a special place in my heart.
And you kind of talked about this a little, but I was curious if a venue like this, does that change the way that you decide how you want to interact with people that come to your show?
And that can change with every show, but I know that here, it just feels more intimate. Now, there are great rooms in the city of Indianapolis, but a room like this, there's an unspoken command or demand for people to pay attention to what's happening on stage.
Yeah. Now, you're from Indianapolis, born and raised. So when you say indie soul and describe that as your style of music, it means a little bit different in indie. Talk about that and describe kind of how you coined that term.
Absolutely. Detroit is synonymous with Motown music. That is soul music from the Motor City. It's Motown. Chicago has its own brand of music, Chicago soul music. And you know, we've had great people come from Indianapolis, people like Babyface, groups like After Seven, and many others that have come through here, but you know, we haven't coined anything that's ours. Why not coin something that's ours, and why not coin something that I do, being from here? Why not coin it as ours and call it indie soul? Anything that I touch, whether it be an original composition or someone else's composition that I'm giving honor to, if it's mine, if I'm playing it that night, it's mine that night.
Yeah.
It's indie soul music.
You also say the everyday soul singer is how you describe yourself in the way that you perform on stage. Where does that come from? I'm
just like everybody else. It gets no realer than that. I catch the red line at certain places when I go certain places. And I like to think that I write and perform from a place that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier.
I know that you're always busy performing at different venues around Indianapolis, but June specifically, you're making your way around town with it being Black Music Month. Talk about what that means and the way that you want to be able to showcase your talents this month.
Black Music Month is the ultimate tribute to Black excellence in song. It's the beginning of the summer. Everyone's outside, everyone is expressing themselves creatively, whether it be through fashion, whether it be through any other mediums that they express themselves with. And the most important to me is music. It's the greatest form of expression to me. And doing a show here on June 20th at the Cabaret Theater, this place gets everybody. This is Broadway coming right to downtown Indianapolis, and getting the opportunity to do my show live from the soul of Nap here during Black Music Month. It's an honor and a privilege to do so.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
46 in college.
Okay.
Broad Ripple High School.
Okay.
38th and Broadway, the places that I grew up. Crispus Attucks Junior High School. I draw my inspirations from the place that I call home, and the people that help to mold and shape the home that is mine. You
see what I mean when he says indie soul? That is what you mean it's through and through. I love that. Talk about what you hope that audience members or anybody that hears you perform or sees you or catches a glimpse, what do you hope they feel when they're sitting in the seat watching you on stage?
I hope that there's a level of relatability with everyone with at least a piece of a song.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you enjoy yourselves. The show on June 20th is going to be a live recording.
Oh.
Now, I've attempted live recordings in the past, but I get the golden ticket opportunity to do it here in this room, get great audience interaction and things like that. I have a great band playing behind me, and I just want people to have a moment with me.
Yeah.
Every time you go to a show, you want to have a moment with an audience, so you want to make sure you have a moment with the audience.
Love that. For our viewers that are watching that want to have a moment with you, whether they make it to the show or not, how can people connect with you?
Well, you can look in the good book of Instagram.
Okay.
You can follow me at Indy Soulhead. That's INDY SOULHEAD. You can follow me on Facebook. I have 2 pages under my name, Bashiri Assad, and my website at bashiriassad.com.
And I want to make sure that we have ticket information too, because we do have plenty of time for people to make it to that show a little bit later this month. How can people connect to be able to come and see you live if they want? Actually,
I have a show coming up later this month. Actually, on the 30th, I have a show at the Jazz Kitchen called the Acoustic Suite. We're doing 2 shows, a 6:30 show and a 9:30 show. And that's kind of the warm-up to the show happening here on June 20th at the Cabaret Theater. Now, we've sold a lot of this room already, and this room will sell out. So please get your tickets, and you can get them. You can go to my website at bashiriassad.com, or you can get directly from the Cabaret at thecabaret.org.
So you can't say we did warn people.
Just
we
let
let
you
you know well in advance. I want to thank you for sharing the stage with me, so to speak, for this short amount of time. And I hope people get a chance to connect with you and get to hear you perform in all of its glory. Thank you very much. Valerie Phelps has a hand in helping artists like Bashiri do their thing on stage. She helps book local and national talent to perform at the Cabaret and many other venues around Indy, showing me a backstage look at the rows and rows of some of the familiar and talented faces that have been on this stage. You know, Bashiri said there really is no such thing as a bad seat in the house, Val. I know that you have booked so many talented artists here in this venue. What's the feedback that you get about what it's like being booked to perform at the Cabaret?
Oh my gosh, for national artists, the first thing they say is it's so intimate, it's so up close, and everybody is so nice. You know, the radical hospitality that the Cabaret and the staff have, it's phenomenal, and it's known worldwide. But for local artists, this is the place where they're like, I've arrived. Yeah. I've arrived. I've seen tears, I've seen excitement, fright, but then once they get on that stage, it's like, I'm here. Yeah. I'm here. They pull it together. They pull it together, yes. We talked about a lot of the big artists and the big national names that, you know, probably draw in a large crowd, but you really want to make sure that you're able to give local artists that opportunity in their hometown oftentimes to perform. Why is that so important when you're booking? Absolutely, because we are the main artists here, or we have the national acts, and that's good, and I love that. But the people who actually perform here, that's the salt of Indianapolis. That is who we are. That is Naptown. Yeah. That is Naptown. And so to be able to, that's my heart, to be able to help book them in different places around the city. This one and the Jazz Kitchen and other venues, to be able to help them to make an income. Yeah. Yes, and to be able to be creative. That's who they are, and that's what I'm made here to do, to help them to be who they are. I'm sure you hear. No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I'm sure you hear this often, that this is a hidden gem, or for those that have never been inside, they come in and like, I pass this all the time, myself included, and didn't realize what a venue or what a gem this was. Yes, absolutely. I hear it all the time. Where is this? Who are they? Where did this come from? Yeah. You come in this room, the excellence, the chandeliers, the velvet, the Chicago lights around the stage. It kind of makes you feel like you're in a different city. Yeah. You know, you're in New York, you're in Chicago, you know, so it's just, this place is so unique. Yeah. It's a diamond in the rough. I love that. Bashiri mentioned sort of the Broadway feel in here, or kind of maybe just that big city. Kind of does feel like you've stepped back, or you're transforming. You hear that often? Absolutely. Absolutely. From the stars to the loco to everybody that come, from the actual venue, the people who come, the audience. Yeah. The audience, they love it. We love it. It's a chance to get away, to feel like you're going out of town, but you're not. Yeah. And the talent is top level, from national to the local. It's the best of the best.
And I love that you have such a passion for making sure that local artists get their time on the stage. But I went in the back in the green room and just looked at some of the names that have graced the stage here and some of the artists. I imagine that you had a hand in getting here. Talk about some of those names.
Yes, my first artist that I booked here was Esperanza Spalding.
Wow.
Esperanza Spalding and Fred Hirsch. That show sold out in 10 minutes.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Wow.
To be a part of that, in 10 minutes, that show sold out. Another one, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Wow. Yeah.
That's on my heart. That we were one of the last venues that he performed at before he passed away. So that's another one on my heart. Yeah.
And I do want to showcase, obviously, the Cabaret, but you do a wonderful job at making sure a lot of venues have talent to spread out here. And with this being Black Music Month, talk about some of the other events happening around town.
Oh my goodness. We have Bashiri, which is June 20th, that's here. And then we have shows at the Jazz Kitchen. We have with Sleepy, and everyone knows who Sleepy is.
Yeah.
He's
been on the Round the Circle as well. Yes, he has. Uh-huh.
He's doing Blue Bergamot at the Jazz Kitchen, and there's a Hampton tribute.
Okay.
The Hamptons, with Perez Whitted, Kenny Phelps, my husband, and a lot more. So if you go to thejazzkitchen.com
Yeah.
or thecabaret.org,
Right.
you can find these different events and be able to partake in June Black Music Month.
So there's no shortage of events that are happening
No.
around the month, and no shortage of local talent too. And I love that you,
Absolutely.
I know, do that year round to make sure that our local talent really shines. Thank you, Val.
You're welcome. You can follow me too.
Where can we find you?
Follow
Because
me.
she's a performer herself. I don't know if she's going to tell you
I
that.
am, just a little bit.
Okay. So where can people connect with you?
Well, on Instagram, Valerie Phelps Creative Arts, and on all the shows that I'm promoting are actually got a hand in, so to speak. I'm always posting them. So you'll always see it on there, or you can just, go to the different venues and go to their websites. You can see it there too, but for sure, if you follow me, you'll see what's happening.
If you want to know the who's who, we connect with you.
You'll see what's happening.
Okay. All right. We're in good company then. Thank you, Val.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, if you enjoyed that behind-the-scenes look, you can check out Bashiri's upcoming showtimes and some other artists hitting the stage at thecabaret.org. Well, it is that time of year again for the Madam Walker Legacy Center's annual Legacy Fest. It's a two-day celebration that honors Madam C.J. Walker and also coincides with Black Music Month. DeAndre Blewett sat down with the president of the Madam Walker Center, Christian Strickland.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Around the Circle. It's finally June, which means more events is happening around Indianapolis, and it's recognized as Black Music Month. So today we're talking about the annual Madam Walker Legacy Fest Block Party. Joining us today to talk about the event is president of the Madam Walker Legacy Center is Christian Strickland. Christian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, Q, tell us about this event coming up.
Yes, so this is our 5th year. It's a 2-day event. It's our Legacy Fest. And we start off on Friday night. It's a major fundraiser, and we have Teddy Riley and friends that's coming in. As you mentioned, it's Black Music Month, and so we like to highlight legends on Friday night, and then what we call our legends in the making on Saturday at our block party. So we've got Teddy Riley and Rex and Effects and Guy 2.0 that are coming in on Friday night. And then Saturday, it is free and open to the public all day. And there'll be a variety of different local musicians that will perform, including one of our faves, Downstroke, that will be closing us out on Saturday evening.
Okay, and now is there anything that's new and or improved coming this year?
So yes, we are actually working with the Children's Museum. We've had a partnership with them now for the last 2 years, and so there will be a Princess Tiana activation that will take place for the kiddos, as well as just some other surprises that you'll have to come out and see.
All right, that is my favorite Disney princess.
Yes.
Now, I've also learned this is also a fundraiser, correct?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And besides the tickets, how else can people donate?
Yeah, so you can go on MadamWalkerLegacyCenter.com and donate, and we do ask for you to do that. This is our signature fundraiser that helps us to be able to continue overall operations and continue Madam C.J. Walker's legacy.
All right, now I also have to ask, what is it like to have the community support this big event and to come out and enjoy it?
It's been really great. As I said, this is our 5th year. It's our 99th year as an organization. So as we are preparing to celebrate our centennial anniversary next year, it's been really great over the last 5 years having the community to just come back out and support. It gives the community that opportunity to come back, spend some time on Indiana Avenue. Is such an important place, to the Indianapolis community. And so it gives you a chance, if nothing else, but for one weekend a month, where all weekend long there's all kinds of activities. There's something for everyone. We will have vendors, and they're all local Black businesses, as well as food trucks. And as I said, the Saturday is free.
Right.
You can come to the concert. There are still some tickets that are available, or you could just come to our website and donate. But one way or another, we just appreciate the community's love and the support, and we ask them to continue doing it so that we can be here for another 100 years.
Nice. Now, has anybody ever asked you, do you yourself get to enjoy the event? Like, do you have a favorite thing you like to see at the event? Or are you mostly
beside
working?
the end, no. No, and I say this all the time. I think the most enjoyable piece for me is just seeing all the people there. If I stand on the stage and I look out into, just like a sold out crowd, it just brings my heart joy, to see that the Walker is back, and that people are there and they're enjoying it. And it's the same thing on Saturday. We've had thousands of people throughout that day that come, young and old, and just to see, people who maybe grew up on the avenue or around that area come, and they can listen to music and play chess and, support other, African American owned businesses in a safe and fun space, as a way to kick off the summer. That it definitely brings me a lot of joy.
Right, it's a feeling of success.
Absolutely.
Yes, and one more time, can you give us the dates and where you can get the tickets at?
Yes, and so our event is June 19th through the 20th. So June 19th, Friday, June 19th for the Teddy Riley Show. Block party is on Saturday, June the 20th. And the time for that is from noon until 8. You can get tickets on MadamWalkerLegacyCenter.com.
Thank you, and we will also have that information on our website. Thank you again for talking to us. Hopefully we can talk again next year.
Yes,
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, DeAndre. And last check, those tickets weren't sold out just yet, so head to WTHR.com and we can link you for more information. And if you still want more live music, get ready for the 25th annual Boombox Festival. This is a day-long music fest and an artist market that takes place in the Old North Side neighborhood of downtown Indianapolis. But one of the cool things about this is it was mostly led by a high school senior.
Yeah. Dedicated to the city of Naptown.
So if people have never been to Boombox, it is an annual summer music and art festival that we host here at Harrison Center every June. We have 2 stages on our premises throughout the entire day. We have 10 bands all throughout the entire day performing continuously. And they're all local artists that we partner with to put on a free event for the community. And we bring a high school intern specifically because we want to be able to provide skills and we want them to be a part of a process for something that they might carry on and do later on in their life. And so it's an intentional move to kind of involve young people in our community to help better our community.
I'd heard of Boombox before. I'd been here all the way back in 2024 to see one of my friends play. So I already knew all about it, and I didn't even know there was an opportunity to do it. And yeah, it was just really exciting for me. I started here as just a regular music intern, producing music for the Harrison Center and their different videos. In September, Isabel, my supervisor, reached out to me via email, just telling me about the opportunity to be the Boombox intern, and I decided to just go ahead with it, and the rest is history. I've been in multiple bands in Indianapolis, school bands, a few bands of my own, and my dad's also a musician. He's a keyboard player in Indianapolis, so that's a big reason behind why I wanted to commit to be a Boombox intern as well.
I would love to see how that all comes together this year, and you can too. The Boombox Festival is from 11 to 7 on June 20th, and as he mentioned, it's at the Harrison Center. And we will keep the music going for a bit. It's a place that hosted unforgettable performances and helped bring live music back during a pretty challenging time. Ahead, we visit the Hi-Fi Annex as it's getting ready for the summer season, which is also its last season. We have more on this farewell tour when we come back. Welcome back into Around the Circle. For years, the Hi-Fi has been one of Indianapolis's premier destinations for live music. And during the pandemic, the venue expanded outdoors with the Hi-Fi Annex. It created a new space for artists and fans to connect. But after this concert season, that outdoor venue will take its final bow. Ariana Sergio has more.
On a summer night in Fountain Square, hundreds of music fans gather under the stars at the Hi-Fi Annex. What started as a temporary solution during the COVID-19 pandemic quickly became one of Indianapolis's most unique concert venues.
We built this during COVID because we didn't have anywhere to do shows, and it just happened to work, and it stuck around for a little while.
More than a little while. The Annex has hosted roughly 80 shows a year, featuring everything from emerging artists and tribute bands to community festivals. Its intimate atmosphere has become part of the draw.
Anytime you can get close to the artist, you're going to feel that connection. And all of our venues try to create that space where you can get close, and and we focus a lot on the sound quality and making sure that it sounds great.
The venue's location inside of the Murphy Arts Center campus has also helped create something larger than just a concert. Restaurants, bars, and businesses surrounding the venue have turned show nights into neighborhood events.
It really turned out to be that, and so it does create that block party kind of festival feel every night for the neighborhood.
Hi-Fi leaders say Fountain Square embraced the Annex from the beginning.
These neighbors and the people around us love this, and they want this. They've actually went to our hearing and stood up on our behalf to demand that they wanted to have it.
But despite that support, this season will be the venue's last. The Annex has operated under temporary approvals since the pandemic, and after years of navigating zoning and permitting challenges, venue operators say they were granted one final season.
Thankfully, with the help of our neighborhood association, our neighborhood groups, Andrea Hunley, our city county councilor, all these people kind of went and stood up on our behalf, and so they said, okay, one more year.
The closure marks the end of a chapter for a venue that helped grow both artists and audiences.
I think we've got a history of finding bands young and introducing them to the fans in Indianapolis, and then growing with that artist over time.
And while the Annex may be disappearing, Hi-Fi and MOKB Presents' other venues across Indy continue to host concerts as the city's music scene moves forward.
It's a music town. It's not a music town yet. It's a sports town, but we got people paying attention in the right places. I think we're still 10 years away from, being able to claim any type of music town status.
For now, there's still one final season left for fans to experience the Annex. And for the people who established it, the goal remains the same as it was on opening night: creating memorable moments between artists and audiences in a city whose music scene is ever growing.
We love it. We're happy to be part of building that scene. It's what my kids will enjoy, one day. So we love to leave something behind.
I think that impact shows that they're leaving behind a lot of people that enjoyed the Hi-Fi Annex. It'll actually continue hosting concerts through the end of this season before finally saying goodbye. But venue officials say they will continue operating the indoor Hi-Fi, and they stay committed to bringing live music to Indianapolis. So bittersweet for sure. So let's shift gears a bit now from music to a market. This month, Native culture is coming to life in Indianapolis. The Idle George Indian Market and Festival will feature all things from colorful performances to food and art that you can buy. Aaliyah McFadden gives us a look ahead of the fun.
Indigenous tribes from all over the nation will gather in Indiana at this year's Idle George Indian Market and Festival. It'll feature Native art, food, jewelry, and so much more. I got a special look at some of the previous art featured.
He was 13 when he entered
made this at 13?
He sure did.
Wow.
Most of which really surprised me. That same art now permanently within the Idol George Museum.
I entered several pieces, and I was very fortunate to win. 2019, won the Harrison Idol George Purchase Prize. And the Harrison Idol George Purchase Prize is a very prestigious award for Native American artists.
Monica Rayfield is the Idol George's holdback curator of Great Lakes Native art, but first, she was a juried artist within the festival. The Idol George led to her work being shown across the country. With all Indigenous organizers, festival manager, and Native woman herself, Connor Richburd makes it a point to platform Native voices.
Every artist that comes here has to be an enrolled member of an American Indian, First Nations, or Alaska Native tribe. So we actually see artists from all over Turtle Island, which is really great.
Turtle Island, an indigenous name used for North America. It's rooted in the Haudenosaunee tribe's story of creation. That same story you'll find at the festival.
It's a giant parade-sized inflatable of the Haudenosaunee story of creation. We're the furthest west it'll ever be, and we're the launch of their tour, so we're so excited.
The festival will also have performances from world-renowned dance troupe Indigenous Enterprise, championship powwow dancers that mix traditional Native dance with hip-hop.
They are performing on the Memorial Day Parade. They're actually the only Native dance troupe performing on the DC's Memorial Day Parade coming up. They have the 3-time reigning world champion hoop dancer, which is a huge deal.
It's definitely a huge deal. Tribes come together at the Idol George. And Richbert says no matter where you come from, you'll leave with something.
After they leave, all these different types of people kind of walk in. What do you want people to take away?
That's a good question. Well, besides obviously treating themselves, right? I want them to get like a nice painting for their house, a good pair of earrings. These came from market 2 years ago. Like, treat yourself first, right? But beyond that, like, I just want them to walk away knowing that when they purchase something, or even if they didn't, and they go out and tell these stories after they leave, they've helped spread the word. They've helped become an ally, right?
Not only can you discover and support Native-owned businesses, you might just walk away with a new favorite. Richbert gave us a look at her personal collection of Indian market merchandise.
These are actually rough diamonds in here inside of the blueberries, which they're rough diamonds, which is really, really cool.
That hat is specially made for her, so you won't find anything quite like it, but you can get your own one-of-a-kind piece. And along with gazing at merchandise, you can also gaze at the museum, where you'll get free entry during the festival. One exhibit you can't miss is Cowboy Couture.
One of our most exciting exhibits is called Cowboy Couture, the fashion of Jerry Lee Atwood. It's really cool that we're focusing a local artist who has designed Western suits for famous stars all over the country.
Now, you don't have to be a celebrity to get one of these suits, but you do have to match the price tag. So, no matter what you're looking for, the Idol George Festival and Museum has something for everyone. It's only 2 days, so mark your calendar for June 27th and the 28th. In Indy, Aaliyah McFadden, 13 News.
Will do. I've got this mark. This market and festival runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both the days that she just mentioned. Tickets are $20 for adults, $10 for kids, and again, the last weekend in June. But just before, Anna Chalker is now sharing another event that's headed your way this month.
It's the summer of music here in Indiana. We've got so many concerts, festivals, and performers that are heading to the Circle City, and that even includes the Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Festival. And here to tell us everything you can expect about it this year, Rex Voiles from the campground. Some people may not know what this great tradition is. Tell us about it.
It's the 60th year for bluegrass music. It's the oldest bluegrass festival in the world. Bill Monroe, which is an icon in music, it's his place. He bought it in 1951 and had it till his death in 96.
60 years. I mean, what an accomplishment. Just so many memories in those years.
Oh yeah, we've had everybody come sing there, from Johnny Cash to you could just name them. The laundry list is so long, it's hard to remember all of them.
And we're going to make the laundry list a little longer. What do we've got in store for us this year?
This year we have Doyle Lawson coming out of retirement, and Mr. Lawson's coming out of retirement. He's 81 years old, 82, because he wanted to be back home again in Bean Blossom, which is in beautiful Brown County, Indiana.
Who are you most excited to see out of this lineup so far?
Probably Doyle Lawson. Then we have a Wyatt Ellis, which is 17 years old, which is the upcoming mandolin player like Bill Monroe.
I mean, 17-year-old just being able to perform in such a huge crowd with this festival. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's exciting to get him on that stage. And there's people, I mean, that's the first stage Ricky Skaggs ever played on. You know, different entertainers. Vince Gill, that's one of the first stages Vince Gill ever played on. So it's a pretty important stage with Johnny Cash and Dolly and everybody that's played there at the Bill Monroe Music Park.
And getting to be a part of these moments of bringing new musicians in and really getting to start their careers, I mean, how does that make you feel as an organization?
It's kind of like giving back. You know, we're just carekeepers, and Bill Monroe would have done the same thing with these groups. Bill Monroe gave a lot of people their first chances to play on the stage and to get their music started, and that's kind of what we're carrying on his tradition, because it's a great tradition.
And when is it happening this year, and how can people get tickets and show up?
You go to billmonroemusicpark.com and you buy your tickets. You can come camping there. It's on a hill. You throw out your blanket. You bring what you want to eat and drink. Bring your lawn chairs, and it's family friendly. You'll just have a great time.
Oh, it sounds so great. I mean, we'll be looking forward to it. We have more information for you right now on WTHR.com.
Thank you, Anna. Still to come, from live entertainment to community connections, Indy Pride Fest is getting ready for another year of big celebration. Ahead, Jenny Runovich chats with organizers about the events plan, the impact, and what you can look forward to this Pride Month.
It is Pride Month, a time for connection, celebration, and creating space for LGBTQ+. And the Circle City is preparing to do just that with Indy Pride. It kicks off next week. So here to tell us about the plans is Jen Carruthers, Executive Director for Indy Pride. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Jenny, and the organization. We really appreciate spreading the word.
Yeah, so this is the 31st year.
It is.
And kind of getting back to basics and expanding at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you close a chapter, there's just an opportunity to kind of recreate, reimagine, bring forth what's great, maybe what wasn't as good, and then find a new way forward where it's a new era, it's a new day, and get people excited about what's possible for the next 30 years, right?
Yeah, yeah. And there are a lot of events planned for Pride Fest.
There's a couple.
Yeah, I know. The schedule's pretty booked.
Yes.
So first, I guess, tell us about some of the entertainment that we can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want, you know, I always tell people the mission of Pride, in my opinion, we have our platitude, you know, mission statement is we want everyone to see a little bit of themselves in the programs and events and work that we do. That's how we feel about the entertainment as well. I think we did a good job of procuring, you know, from Todrick Hall, who's a Broadway star, to the ballroom, which, if you know anything about the queer community, voguing was actually found in 1970s Harlem. So we're bringing some of the legends of ballroom to Indianapolis, to our main stage. And we have Brooke Eden, who's a country star, Crystal Waters from the 90s. I mean, 12 #1 hits, amazing. And then we have a plethora of local talent that I feel like really represents the community. And so I hope people feel seen and represented and just also enjoy a good time.
Yeah, and then there's the parade.
Absolutely.
And the location this year, Military Park, right?
Yeah, so we went back to the basics. We were over American Legion last year in Monument Circle. And so we went back to Military Park because it felt a little disconnected, having the vendors and the entertainment kind of separated.
Yeah.
And it's been welcomed. The biggest thing is we lost some real estate where IUI now has a building. And so we just expanded into White River State Park, where our kids and family zone is going to be. We have a Zover Zone, Sensory Garden. We have the Indie Gay Market partnering with us. And so I think it's just going to really feel like a connected corridor, almost like a campus or university. Beautiful part of downtown. And I think it's also because we were starting to kind of bust in the seams in '24, which was part of the move. I think it's going to also distribute the crowds and give them more, you know, breathing room to kind of move about and check out everything.
I was going to say that's a good problem to have.
It is.
If you're busting at the seams,
Yeah.
it means that a lot of people are enjoying
Absolutely.
it. And you touched on it a little just now. You said, you know, a family zone, and that there is really something for everyone, right?
Yes.
Every age group,
Absolutely.
so kind of tell us a little bit about that, especially for families, let's say.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that has changed too is we're making it almost free and accessible to the entire community in the sense that it's free except for our main ticketed area in the main stage up in Military Park.
Okay.
So the health and wellness zone, the kids and family, all that's open, but we're gonna have things like paint by numbers. We have a local artist, Republic Airways, partner with us to do that, to basically fill in a piece of art that we want to auction later that is done
cool.
by the festival. There's going to be a free giveaway to tour in Italy. Club Esprit is actually, they're doing a free 2 people, 5 days, 4 nights to Europride in 27.
Wow.
And so flight, hotel, and then you get 2 tickets to the concert. Again, you have the indie game market, which is kind of part of the heart of our community. It's all the, you know, LGBTQ makers. So there's literally a little bit of, we're gonna do testing. CareSource, Gilead, a bunch of our sponsors are going to be up in Military Park also doing testing, health screenings, I know, blood pressure, things like that. So
Important stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And before we let you go, I know volunteers are still needed.
Yes.
So how can people apply? How can they get in touch?
Absolutely, indypride.org, go to our how to get involved, and then you can go ahead and sign up under vendor applications right there. So buy tickets. Again, this is I like to remind people because it's such a big festival, I think they forget that we're not for profit, we're nonprofit. And so with that, every ticket you buy, every purchase you do helps put on our programmings and events throughout the year and make them as free and as accessible as possible.
Big fundraiser.
Yeah,
okay,
huge
well,
fundraiser.
we wish you the best. I hope it's a
Yeah.
successful Pride Fest.
Thank
And
you.
Jen Carruthers, thanks for being here. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And speaking of some special guests visiting Indianapolis this month, the Children's Museum hosted a special guest, a celebrity sighting, actress Jennifer Lewis. So right now the museum is featuring its interactive exhibit called Tiana's Joyful Celebration, which brings Disney's film The Princess and the Frog to life. Lewis plays Mama Odie in the movie, If You Know, You Know, and she reprised her role during this visit for a bit. She says it makes her feel like a kid all over again, and she's excited for the joy it'll bring to visitors.
Magic, history, it's interactive for the kids. You walk in here, you're in a whole nother world. You're in New Orleans. You know, the culture, the music, the food, it's all here for the kids to learn. And that's what we want them to do.
She had me at food. Tiana's Joyful Celebration is sticking around at the Children's Museum actually until next January, so you have a little while to get the family together and take them out. Now, it has brought a few special guests here to Indy already, as you've seen, to see it here in person, so I wonder who is next. Well, that is just a small glimpse of what's happening and who's happening around Indianapolis this month. We hope you found a few events to add to your calendar and maybe even discovered something new in your community along the way. I'm Jalea Brooks. We'll see you next time around the circle.